Welcome on back. Today, we are going to be looking at the 5 things that I am personally super excited for when it comes to Black Ops 6 Zombies. We've seen enough gameplay at this point to see exactly what we're working with when it comes to this game, and there is quite a lot that I am personally excited for. And just keep in mind that the game hasn't fully come out yet, so my opinions about some of these things that I'm going to be talking about on this list could change post-launch of the game coming out. These 5 things aren't going to be in any specific order either, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first thing that I am most excited about when it comes to Black Ops 6 Zombies is going to be the fact that we are back to round-based zombie maps. Kevin Drew has even confirmed that we are all in for round-based zombies for the remainder of the game's life cycle. We are going to be getting 2 maps on launch and 4 maps later down the line, very similar to what we saw in Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is something that I really appreciate. And don't get me wrong, I did enjoy Outbreak from Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare 3 Zombies as well, but one thing that both of these modes lack in is progression and replayability. Outbreak had it bad because the map splitting was just way too big and it took way too long to navigate, and with Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, the map was also just too big, and with the timer, it made it very hard to enjoy the game in the long run. Both of these modes also just didn't feel like zombies. They felt more like random Warzone maps with zombies thrown on top of it. I do appreciate the fact that they tried something differently with these 2 modes, but the problem is that it felt like they made these modes to appeal towards Warzone fans instead of furthering the zombies mode, which is something that I just didn't really like. The fact that it's strictly round-based zombies this year is a really big positive that I'm looking forward to. As long as Terminus and the DLC 1 map are really good, I think we could be looking forward to a really good Zombies launch and post-launch experience. The second thing that I'm really excited for when it comes to Black Ops 6 Zombies is the return of Gobblegums. Now, I'll be completely honest, when I first heard that Gobblegums would be coming back for this game, I was initially super worried because I didn't want the Black Ops 3 and 4 versions of the Gobblegum system to come back where you gain a ton of some currency and then you spin at a random slot machine to get the random Gobblegums. I think that system was incredibly predatory and just not good for the average player that doesn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on liquid divinium just to get a perkaholic. But thankfully, for this game, they are making it to where the only way you can get Gobblegums is by playing the game. Randomly at the end of each round, you will get rewarded with Gobblegums, which I think is a really good system compared to the Liquid Divinium type system that we had back in Black Ops 3. I also like the fact that you can hold 3 Gobblegums at once. I think that will fix the issue that we had back in Black Ops 3, where you had to cycle between Gobblegums that you didn't want, which is really nice. And best of all, I like how they ported over basically most of the Black Ops 3 Gobblegums that people know and love, like Stock Option, Perkaholic, Near Death Experience, as well as a few other ones. There's also some new ones as well, like there's this one that makes it to where you can guarantee get the Wonder Weapon out of the box on your first spin, which is really cool. I also appreciate the new design of the Gobblegum machine as well, and how they kept the feature from Black Ops 3, where the first spin at the start of every single round is free. Overall, I have no complaints about the Gobblegum system right now. In fact, if they get the drop rates right, we could be looking at a Gobblegum system that is better than Black Ops 3's. Now, the third thing that I like about Black Ops 6 Zombies is the new save feature that allows you to save your progress on the map and create a save file for your game. This is something that has never been done in a Zombies game before, and it's also been quite an issue for the Zombies mode for a long time. When doing a high round attempt on older games, your only option would be to pause the game and keep your device running on until you're able to play again, praying that your internet doesn't go out or that your Wi-Fi doesn't disconnect for whatever reason. But with this new feature, you can now play a bit, maybe to round 30 or so, then you can save the game, come back weeks later and load up the same file. It sounds like a really cool idea, but I'm also a bit worried about this feature coming to the game. First of all, it seems like Treyarch added this feature into the game to fix the issues that could possibly arise with the game being online only. Since you will no longer be allowed to play zombies locally, crashing could be a more prevalent issue, and part of me feels like that the only reason Treyarch or Activision introduced this feature was to push back against the possibility of there being a lot of crashing during the game's life cycle. Another thing that I am somewhat worried about is the fact that I can see this feature being heavily exploited. One person could do all the Easter egg steps in one game, save a file, bring in a ton of his friends, and give them all the Easter egg rewards without them having to do anything. It's too soon to make the assumption of whether or not this feature is going to be really good for the mode, but as it stands right now, the way that it's being advertised and the concept in of itself, it's a really good feature and can be a huge positive change for the mode. Coming up next, for my fourth thing that I am most excited for when it comes to Black Ops 6 is going to be the overall new features that are coming to the game mode. There are 5 things in particular that are small new things that all look very interesting. These being the new Mangler Morph ability, the new Specialist ability, the new alternate ammo type, the new augment system, and the new perk. The new Mangler Morph equipment looks really useful, feels like a zombie's ability, and it actually changes the HUD as well to a more zombies-like HUD, which I think is something that is very cool. The new alternate ammo type and specialist ability, which are based around void damage, look really cool, and I like the fact that they are bringing back elemental abilities like what we had from Black Ops 4, since it does add some variety in the game. The new augment system for upgrading your perks and equipment is also a huge plus. I like how this upgrade system requires a bit of thought and is more class and situational based compared to Black Ops Cold War, because in Black Ops Cold War, all you do is upgrade your perk to tier 5, and then that's kind of it. You become super overpowered and you never go back to that upgrade tree. In Black Ops 6, however, you have to decide between which upgrades you want and which ones you don't want, which allows for a bit more variety in the game. And as far as the new perk goes, it's nothing too crazy since it's just a melee perk, which is something we've seen in previous zombies games like Black Ops 4 and Infinite Warfare. What will make this perk more useful, however, is the fact that there's no perk limit. The perk machine itself looks really good, and with the augment system and no perk limit, I can see this perk being very viable compared to how it was in Black Ops 4 or IW. Overall, every new feature that Treyarch is adding into this game is really good, and as of now, I don't really have any complaints over the new gameplay features that are being introduced to Black Ops 6. And for the fifth and final thing that I currently enjoy and like about Black Ops 6 is arguably the most important for the game's longevity, and that is communication from the developers. Compared to Black Ops 4, Black Ops Cold War, and Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, the communication that we have currently gotten for Black Ops 6 has been pretty good. It all started during the Black Ops 6 reveal when Kevin Drew was sitting next to some book hinting at the community that they're trying to at least recreate what we had in Black Ops 3, and it shows. Black Ops 3, for example, had 2 maps on launch, 1 survival map and 1 super expansive map. Black Ops 6 has 2 maps on launch, 1 survival and 1 super expansive. Black Ops 3 has Gobblegums, and Black Ops 6 also has Gobblegums. Treyarch has also made multiple remarks about high rounds and Easter egg rewards, which are things that appeal to the hardcore fanbase. Compare this to Vanguard or Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, where they promoted the Mystery Box and Pack-a-Punch as quote-unquote new content. It goes to show that they are at least trying to put in more effort to reach out to that hardcore Black Ops 3 Zombies community, which I really appreciate. Now, the communication still hasn't been 100% on point. There are some complaints that I've had about the communication that we've received. For example, Treyarch states that this game is going to be harder than Black Ops Cold War, but during the Liberty Falls play event, everyone was getting to round 40 plus super easily on their first try with absolutely no struggle. Even people who aren't that well known for being hardcore zombie players like Duke Dennis were getting to round 50 without a sweat on their first try. So I don't know how this game is supposed to be harder than Black Ops Cold War when all the new features seem to only make the game easier. Regardless of the miscommunication on some things, I do appreciate the communication that we've received so far, especially compared to the last couple years of Call of Duty Zombies when it comes to Vanguard and Modern Warfare 3. I think Treyarch has been doing a really good job for this game when it comes to the communication. But with all that being said, that is going to wrap up the 5 things that I'm most excited for when it comes to Black Ops 6 Zombies. Do keep in mind the game hasn't come out yet, so my opinion on these things that I have discussed could change coming closer to launch or sometime after launch. We'll just have to wait and see. I will be making another video talking about the 5 things that I don't like about Black Ops 6 as well, to hopefully give some constructive criticism about the state of the mode, so stay tuned for that. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, do all that, and yeah. I got nothing much else to say, so peace.